Welcome to Fairy Tale Access. Together, we will unravel the heroes, young and old, who turn dreams into reality. These are the people who still believe in fairy tales. Hi, welcome to Fairy Tale Access. Today, my guest is Celeste Perron from Creative Threads NH. Hi, welcome for joining us.
Hi, Denise. Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. So can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Well, I started sewing in the 8th grade, and I went to trade school, so I learned how to do sewing all through trade school. My mother and my grandmother always sewed, so I really grew up with it. But in the later years, when I stopped working, I started doing it as a hobby, and then it just became a little business.
Wow. So why did you choose dog clothes over anything else that you could sew?
Well, you know, you don't have to worry about sizes because when you pick an 18-inch doll, they don't gain any weight.
That is such a blessing.
Yeah, so they never change sizes. So once you make one size, they pretty much fit all.
Oh, that's great. And what type of detail work do you do? I see on this American Girl doll you have embroidery.
Yeah, I invested in an embroidery machine and took some classes. And I invest in the software where you can develop and design your own.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
so you design your own?
I do design my own. So if you want the doll's name or the little girl's name across the chest, I can do all of that as well.
Oh, wow. That's great. Now tell us about some of the styles that you make. So you have a little robe for
Yeah,
little
that's
girls.
a robe. I have all the nightgowns to match. But what's really cool about this piece is I designed the ties to go right in the seam. So the little girl will never lose the ties.
Oh, that's
See,
fantastic.
they're built right into the seams. So
That's important.
I can't tell you how many adults have told me, can you do that on mine? Because they're always hanging down the sides.
It's true.
It is
That's such a
true.
good detail. Now, what about this? So you also make dog clothes for
Yeah, this is a dog clothes.
a dog. Okay.
Dog. Yeah, so it would go like this. Well, let's take the hanger off.
Let's show this guy.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's a male dog, he can have a cute little suit. Do people comment on it when you're walking your dog?
Well, you know, people have brought dogs to weddings these days.
Oh, that's so cute.
And somebody did buy that outfit once to bring a little dog to a wedding. But this is a real fancy dress for a dog, and it's all lined. It's got an overlay for a dog, so it would sit like this, and then it has Velcro to go around the neck, and then more Velcro to go underneath the body. So that's how it would kind of fit on a girl doll.
Oh, that's so cute. And we have, oh, so if you're a runner, you can have your dog prepared.
Yeah, for the people who do like to run, this has reflective tape so that when it's on the dog and you're running in the summertime, it would be very safe. It also has a little flap underneath here with more Velcro to make it adjustable in
Because
size.
dogs do gain weight.
Well, they're all different size dogs.
Oh, and tell us about some of the little accessories that you have.
Yeah, this is a little tote bag, and then I make the matching headbands to go with them. They come in all the colors to match most of the outfits.
Oh, what a great idea.
Thank you. But a lot of times people just get the headbands without the tote bag.
Oh, so they could get it to match a little
Yeah,
dress.
see, that's a good little suggestion right there. Because here we have pink. That's every little girl's favorite color.
Is it really? Is that
Yeah.
the color that sells most?
Absolutely. So let me just show you. Everything I do does have Velcro. So no matter how old the girl is, it's very, very easy to just put on the doll with Velcro.
Oh, great.
And then all waistbands are elastic waist. So
It makes it easy to slip on and
slip
off.
on, slip off. And if you don't have an American Girl doll, or just an 18-inch doll, it'll fit any of the what we call knockoffs.
Oh, great.
Something that you'd buy at Walmart or Toys R Us. That's why they're all a little bit different in size. Their waist, their chest are all a little bit different. So the elastic is
and the
what
Velcro
really
helps.
yeah, it really helps.
Oh, great. So how tall are these dolls? 18 inches?
18 inches, yeah.
Oh, so they could have the pink gown.
Yeah, and this is all lined. This is what we call an overlay. So that's all lined in satin. And then it's got the overlay. So then again, you could use this headband and this
little
tote
bag.
bag also to dress up the outfit.
Absolutely. Oh, and there's little jewelry to go with it.
Yeah, I have jewelry. Oops, excuse me. So here's another one that could match that. That one has a little pendant. It's all with elastic. So it's easy for the little girl to slip it right over the head. And then I have the matching bracelet, just to kind of show you. Oops. It just slips right over.
Oh, that's great. So they can
So
buy
see, that
them.
also would match.
So they can pick out. Are they sold in separate so they can kind of create their own outfit?
Absolutely. I do have separates. I have complete outfits. That's what I call this. This would be on my display unit with its nice hanger here. And this would be shown as a complete outfit for people who don't want to try to figure out the facing's caught. There you go. That would be the complete outfit. And then I do have all the mix and match. And there would be another accessory,
Oh, that would be
the fur coat.
cute. Absolutely. So little girls could have a lot of fun on your site.
Yeah, and then dress it all up. And I have shoes. This fur coat also is all lined. I have it in 5 different colors.
Oh, what other colors?
Yeah, white, lavender, light pink, an aqua, and this hot pink.
Ooh, it's so soft.
I know. And then they want everybody for me to make one to fit the little girl at the same
Oh, wow.
time.
So you take special orders?
Well, I could, but then you have to worry about sizes again, and then they grow out of it, and it doesn't fit them anymore, and it'll always fit
that's
the doll.
true.
Yeah,
But they'll always fit the doll.
always fits the doll.
That's great. Oh, and the seams are all detailed.
Thank you.
Wow, you do a really good job. And so for the little dancers, we have something.
Yeah, that's a leotard. And the Velcro on this one is up here on the
So
shoulders.
they can just slip it up.
Yeah, and then this is a tutu. So this is what I call a 2-for-1. So if you want a bathing suit, this would be act as a bathing suit. And then I have the matching what I call beach bags instead of tote bags and then I have the Crocs, the shoes to go with it. And then you just slide on this cute little tutu.
And they could be a ballerina,
And
or
this
they could
becomes
go
a
to
ballerina.
the beach.
Yeah, and then I have the ballerina slippers, and I have tap shoes, and I have ice skates, and I have roller skates, all to add.
gosh.
Yeah, all to add with the outfit,
That's
to complete
fun.
the outfit.
And you do events around the state and...
Yes, I do craft fairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of little girls must just love your booth.
Oh boy, they come running.
Really?
They absolutely come running, and I do the same ones from year to year, so they know to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my website, they can also look up where I'm going to be.
Oh, and then they can order from your site as well?
That's correct.
Excellent. So that must be fun. You get to go and see what's new, what you've come up with. And how do you get your ideas?
Well, there's from other websites. I mean, there are a lot of people that do doll clothes, and you just look. And then, of course, I look in all the catalogs.
Oh, and you have the Elsa dress that I love.
Yes, I
We'll
believe that's
show
going
that
to
on
be
the
here.
screen.
Thank you.
That is
So
really
this
pretty.
is, yeah, a little nightgown, flannel, and then it has the fancy lace on the bottom and the lace on the top. Also, it has Velcro 3/4 of the way down, so it's, again, very, very easy to to put on.
And you have cute little slippers
Yeah,
to
the
go with
matching
it.
slippers.
Oh, so you knit too?
I do.
Wow, that's great. How long did it take you to learn all of this?
Boy, I started this 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I'm a quilter by trade. So I started with the quilts to go with the beds. And then I said, well, if I'm going to make a quilt and a bed, I should do a nightgown.
Right.
Well, I made a nightgown, and it was pretty nice. And then I said, well, I think I'll make a pair of jeans. I got to have something to go with the jeans. So I made a blouse. And from there, I make evening gowns and bathing suits and
I
fur
know, and when
coats.
you're at an event, it just, geez, you have quite the selection.
Thank you. I have
So do
about
you sew all day?
Well, I sew, yeah, like 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and some
Wow.
days I don't.
So you must really love it.
I love it. Love, love,
Yeah.
love.
Now, did you do sewing as a job when you were growing up, or is it just something that you did for yourself?
I used to make my own clothes as a kid,
You did?
and my mother used to make all our clothes.
Oh, wow.
So I really grew up with a sewing machine in my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have like 5 machines.
So you always have a project going on.
I do.
So what advice would you give somebody, a young person that was starting out in the design business, or, just who like designing their own clothes?
Well, researching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, with the internet today, it's endless. So go online and look what other people do and take little bits and pieces. So take a neckline that you like with a length that you like and change up the sleeves. And then you can make any creation from all those possibilities.
Right. And do you find a lot of resources online for different ways to, do a hem or
Oh, there's
to gather? What would this type of application be called, where you actually get those cute little pleats in there?
Well, it's gathering.
It's
And
gathering.
There's old-fashioned ways of doing it where you just change
They don't let me sew. The
No.
last time I sewed a button, I had to get a tetanus shot. So. But it's just amazing. I love how creative people can be.
With today's machines, though, I mean, the machines today are nothing like the machines when we were kids.
Really?
I mean, they're all kinds of feet and applications, and they're all computerized, and some of them even sew by themselves, and they cut the thread by themselves, and they're automatic needle threaders.
Really?
Which we didn't have when we were kids.
Yeah, I would need the automatic needle threader. That's great. So there's still hope for me.
There is, and I'll teach you. I love teaching the little girls because the little girls want to learn. So they would start off with a pair of pants because that's like the easiest thing to make. And then they get so excited that they made a pair of pants and it fits their doll.
Right.
And then they'll make a blouse to go with their pair of pants, and they learn, and it's the same technique. I mean, if you put a sleeve on this size, if they ever want to do it for their own clothes, it's the same technique.
Oh, that's great.
And hemming something like this is the same as hemming her own clothes. So
How
you
do you
really,
get it even, though,
it's all in the cutting.
in the cutting?
Yeah, well, if you cut even, so if your patterns are perfect to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just turn it, and there's measurements on the machine. So you just line up the fabric with the lines on the machine, and
Wow, so was learning the computer hard?
you start off really slow.
Really?
I mean, I have
So you
thousands
have
of different
patience.
stitches. Well, and then it messes up and you got to figure it out. But to me, that's what I like to do. I like to do the figuring and changing the threads. And now there's metallic threads, and you can add sequins to fabric. And the machines just sew over that today where they didn't.
Wow. So was it a big change for you from what you started out on as a little girl?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My mother's black and white, or black singer, to these computerized machines. I mean, they even have like the screens.
You have a screen on it too? That's fantastic. Wow. So what else should people know about your company? I mean, they look extremely well made, so they're not going to wear out. Are they all washable?
Yeah, they're washable.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's regular fabric that you would find in the stores. The reason why I don't normally do this in the kid size is because I do buy this at a craft store, so it's not flame retardant. So when people want them like to fit their girls, it's not the same kind of fabric you would find in a retail store.
Oh, okay. So that's a good thing to point out. Now, is this type of fabric hard to sew? Does it snag easily?
No,
Or
no, no. With, like I said, today's machines, and you just change the needle. There's all kinds of needles for all kinds of fabric. So
Wow.
yeah, you
And
can just
what
sew
made
over
you go?
anything.
What made you go into doing the
Well, 'cause
dog
I
clothes?
bought a little puppy.
You did.
That, and so many people ask me, because today there's so many little dogs and people dress their dogs so much. And being in the winter, I make a lot of the fleece that keeps them really warm.
Oh,
It's
so
all open
cute.
on the bottom, so you can send them outside. And
Oh, that's awesome. So you have special characters that you make clothes for, like Elsa.
I do Elsa.
Is there any other? Oh, Hello Kitty.
Oh, a lot of Hello Kitty.
Oh, and if they look on your site, I saw the beautiful sleeping bags so they can bring their doll for a sleepover.
Yeah, it rolls up. I should have brought one. It rolls up so that when they have sleepovers, and then when they get there, they just unroll it. It all comes with a pillow, and they can join the party.
Oh, that's great. So what type of things do you like to read when you have time? When do you actually have time?
Well, I don't have much time, so I really read a lot of magazines, magazines that'll help me with my little business, creative ones, quilting ones, sewing ones, fabric. I'm like so into fabric.
Really?
And really to find the unique fabrics, you have to go online or shop in a catalog.
Wow. Is it hard to shop in a catalog because you don't really know the texture that you're dealing with?
This is true, but because I've been dealing with fabric, when it says corduroy, it'll say what grade of corduroy. So because I've used so much of it, I can tell. And if it's satin or silk or cotton, 100% cotton, if you buy 100% cotton somewhere else, it's going to be the same texture. Jersey, same thing.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty consistent in the magazines.
Yeah, and if not, they all have great return policies.
Good. Now, are these hard to make? Because you can't even see where you tie it off. Is there a
It's a
trick
little,
to that?
well, there's tricks to everything, but yeah, it's just regular elastic, and you just string the beads. And then what I do is a surgical knot. Someone taught me to do a surgical knot, just like the surgeons do. And then what I do is I put a drop of glue, bead glue, on the elastic where the knot was, so it won't come apart.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
I mean, if you really look close, you can see it, but you really have to look close.
Oh, you really do. So just like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, great. And if people want to see you at a show to get a better feel for the fabrics and clothing, you do events, can they find those events on your website?
Absolutely. Under the blog section of my website, it'll tell you where I'm going to be. And just this summer, I started doing farmers markets because now they have artisans at the markets. So I've been doing several markets through the summer, different places.
Oh, that's fun. Do you like being outside with all the people? And
You know, it's great. You learn so much, and they just love talking to you. And the little girls just go, sometimes they bring their dolls with them, and I let them try the clothes on, and they want, and the mothers just like can't say no after the girls has it on the doll. So
oh, that's great.
it's funny. It's really cute.
And how many dolls do you usually have on display there?
About 10.
About 10?
Yeah.
So they could, if they forget their doll, they can try it on one of yours?
Absolutely, absolutely. I also have, you know, non-American Girl dolls too, so that they can see that a Toys R Us doll versus the American Girl doll, the clothes will fit both. So I do advertise both.
That's great. And I also saw that you have Life is Good on some of yours. Do you have to get a special license for
You
that?
know, I did. Because I do a lot of functions in Hudson, and Life is Good is really out of Hudson, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when I found the logo on the font website, and somebody said, you better be careful. So I wrote to them and I asked them permission, and they did. They gave me written permission to use that.
Oh, is it the same with the American Girl doll? Or is it because you don't use doll?
Well, with the American Girl doll here, this star is pretty identical, but the only one that I could find has the swirls.
Oh,
So they
okay.
added the swirls to make it different, but yet the star in the middle is the
Okay.
same as the logo.
So if somebody wants to use a logo, they should write to the company and get permission.
Absolutely. And this font, that's regular American Girl font. And when you look it up online, it tells you what font it is, and then you can just download that font.
Oh, that's great. And what about all the little boots? They're so adorable.
I
I mean,
do.
they're really detailed.
They really are. This one has a zipper in the back and everything. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I do carry a lot. I do not make the shoes or the boots. I do find them on a website online, and they do fit perfectly. I never had a problem, and they even fit the non-American Girl doll clothes because their shoes, their feet are the same size.
Oh, that's great. Well, it sounds like an exciting business to be in. It sounds like you meet a lot of wonderful people,
Yeah, it's-
excited people.
Right. It's like a hobby that really turned business. I mean, it's really just a hobby.
Really just a hobby? I don't know. I've seen one of your events. You have hundreds, I think, of clothes at them. It's just
I do
amazing.
have a lot.
It's like being in a little store for your doll.
It is.
It's like every girl's dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, I carry everything from underwear to slips to tiaras to shoes to nightgowns to play clothes, and
Wow. The perfect dress-up place. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today and telling me about your beautiful business.
well, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
So until next time, keep asking questions and check out fairs in your area. You never know who you meet. Till next time.